is the Cockpit in Leeds. It's played host to some of the biggest names in the music industry worldwide, including Yorkshire's very own Kaiser Chiefs. However, it is now lying empty and abandoned. Sadly, this is not a one-off. Many venues across Yorkshire have been closing their doors recently, leaving bands little space to develop. I went to Harrogate to meet with George Oliver.
Hey man, how you doing, pal?
Welcome to our Fast Studios.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
George plays guitar in the wild. I was invited to watch their final rehearsal ahead of the UK tour. They, like many other bands, started by playing small venues, as the cost of hiring a large venue was too much.
Because bigger venues have bigger fees, smaller venues tend to put you on without having to hire the venue.
Whilst many patients will be frustrated with the disruption caused, junior doctors feel they were left with no choice.
We've been forced into a corner and essentially we've got no other way out. What we're trying to do is make sure that the future of the NHS is secure, and we feel that we have to strike in order for the government to hear our voice.
But the junior doctors insist that the public are still behind them in a fight for a fairer contract.
The response is really, really positive. Everybody's beeping their horns, as you say. We've been giving out leaflets. We've had volunteers coming to give out further leaflets within the hospital, and I definitely think we do have public support. That's very important for us, and it's why we believe we can hopefully achieve something better than what's been forced upon us at the moment.
Finally, a group of students who were caught up in the worst terrorism attack on the West in nearly a decade. Sam Munton reflects on the story.
In November, Leeds French Society ran a trip to Paris, a trip they had run many times before. However, this one was to be memorable for all the wrong reasons. As the world watched on in horror as the Paris attacks unfolded on our screens, Leeds students were experiencing it firsthand. Elliot Van Bartold told us his story.
This bar that we were at, we got told to leave basically halfway through at about 9:30. One of the bouncers came up to us and said we all had to leave, we had to get out, and then there had been a terrorist attack. And they told us there'd been a bomb, a suicide bomb out at the Stade de France, and that there were some shootings as well reported.
No fair, not safe! No fair, not safe!
Despite freezing temperatures, many gathered at Victoria Gardens in Leeds to show their increasing dissatisfaction with the proposed changes to junior doctor contracts. Faraz Bhatti, who we spoke to earlier on this week, was pleased with the support that the demonstration received.
We've had some amazing speakers. We've got support from everyone. I would say that it's brilliant.
And Live at Leeds will be taking place across the city at the end of April.
That brings us to the end of this week's programme, but do get in touch with us on Twitter at Leeds Newsdays and send us your comments.
And we'll leave you now with Katie Dean, who is closing the show today with her latest single, You Should Know. Thank you very much for watching and good night.
Good night.